We took in 6 swans from Little Wall Lake, and then we've gotten another one from Clark County, Wright County. Yesterday we received one who died yesterday morning. It was retrieved alive from Lakeview area, but he died yesterday before he could get into our care. People are asking, why are there so many swan issues right now? There's a couple reasons. I think that it's multi-factor. One, we've had a drought. Our lake levels and our river levels are lower than normal. 2, the swan population is actually doing better here in Iowa. We also had kind of a mild winter. It didn't get as cold as it normally does. There was a lot more swans that just stayed in Iowa for the winter rather than going a little bit farther south. And then we had 2 really cold weeks, which once they get the lead in their system, it's a lot harder for them to regulate their body temp. So when we had those 2 cold weeks, I think just in combination with them not feeling well from the lead poisoning and then being really cold, they were probably already starting to starve a little bit, have muscle weakness. So it just contributed to, a lot of things contributed to them being very ill. And so I think that's kind of what happened this year. Will it continue to happen? Possibly. Lead is in the environment. We have decades of fishing gear, waterfowl hunting from years ago. Waterfowl hunting with lead ammunition was banned in 1991, but prior to that, if anything landed in a lake or a river, it's just sitting at the bottom of that lake now. And lead has a very long life. Swans in particular are big birds and they have very long necks. So Little Wall Lake was 30 inches lower than it normally is. And then they had about 124 swans observed there in early January. And I think that in combination with their long necks and a history of that lake being heavily hunted, waterfowl hunting, it just made for, a perfect storm, really. So that's why I think that we saw so many cases this year with swans and lead poisoning. For instance, with the swans that we just cared for, we didn't have the right medical facilities here or the or a veterinarian with the experience to treat the swans. So we ended up taking the swans to the Nebraska Wildlife Rehab Center in Omaha, and they were able to help us with getting everyone x-rayed, getting all the blood work done, and doing something called lavage, which they were able to, on x-ray we found that all the swans had lead stuck in their gizzard. So you can actually flush the gizzard with water and try to, flush that lead out. And so we were successful on 3 of the swans, 3 of the 4 that we had taken to them. One died shortly after, just due to lead poisoning. The second one, we did lavage, but unfortunately he was so weak, he didn't really recover from the anesthesia very well. And then the other 2 are still with us and doing better.